Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris. This part we're going to be mostly focused on attempting to connect our distant holdings that we now own as a result of winning that war against the Kirante's citizen state or citizen union. I don't recall what one it is off the top of my head right now, actually. I do need to make a slight correction to the name for that one, just so it looks proper. Let's go ahead and get started. So yes, this part, like I said, will mostly be focused on getting our territories connected, building up our fleet as well, because, you know, there's literally no reason not to. But we're mostly going to be focused on just getting our stuff connected. I need you to grow my normal pops. This place is really good for agriculture. Well, it's good for agriculture because it's like literally the only thing it's good for. Yep, you grow my normal pops as well. We've got a lot of spare housing here. We've got a decent amount of spare food, so I'm going to go ahead and replace you with a mining district. Still got some unemployed here. You know, I suppose I could do something about that a little and spread them out. It's, yeah, only those two. Build a stronghold. Send... Okay, just the one. I was going to send two, but apparently I can't send two. Because then that would result in you losing a building.
Construction complete.
It's fine. We'll live with that. Make sure all of you guys are growing my main species, and you are. Let's see. Galactic Senate is in session, voting on regulatory facilitation. Doesn't really matter to me, so we'll just kind of ignore it. We are still adequate for our competitive rating for the marketplace, so we have a pretty good chance of getting that. Okay. Can I get rid of the frigate? You know what, I'm gonna get rid of the frigate. I just don't care for it. It's not really adding a whole lot. So I kind of just want to get rid of it. Sell off a bunch of that food. Let's buy some alloys. Not quite enough. Buy some more. How much is a cruiser? 612. Okay, so what, 2 more purchases? Roughly? There we go. Get both of our fleets up to the same level. Militarily, yeah, see. Even though we've made the AI a little bit more difficult by upping the difficulty slightly so that they are at the level in which they gain a little bit of technological and military bonuses. Well, I think they're not military, economic. And I think it's actually, it might just be only economic, but that has a side effect of being able to help them with research because they don't need to build, in theory, as many farms or mines and whatnot. Whatever the case may be. Even though we've upped it by 1 tier, they are still behind us without us really putting in that much effort, all things considered. I mean, there's a lot more work I could have done. Really, it was just the Kirantes. They were the only ones who were anywhere near being a threat. I'll take the naval capacity. Also, yes, I had to go through the process of removing my mods registry file and all of the .mod files for mods I've downloaded from the workshop, because Paradox's new launcher that they use for all of their games, or at least their more recent ones, is an absolutely shitty launcher. It fails miserably to properly update mods that you download from the Steam Workshop, and I'm not going to go and manually download every single mod that I use every single time it gets updated. Especially since a lot of them, they don't have somewhere else for you to go to download a manual copy. So, yeah. Kind of stuck with need to go through that process every so often. I typically only do it when big updates to Stellaris come out. So that's fixed our UI there. Do I support this? Yeah, why not? Well, I'm going to abstain because I kind of support cooperative research channels a little bit more than I do the Ready Shield. Or at least it's a little bit more beneficial to me, so...
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
We're going to make some slight adjustments there. I would love to get better hyperdrives and metallurgy output. Well, see, standardized cruiser patterns and standardized destroyer patterns are both very useful to us. And mineral cutting beams is also somewhat useful for that plus 10% mining station output. That'll affect more than just our alloys. But I'm gonna go for, yeah, the metallurgist output. You are a little overcrowded. And that is, for whatever reason, tanking your stability. I honestly don't know why. But let's take care of that. Let's see.
System survey complete.
Nothing really to use you for right now, to be completely honest.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Well, let's get the food. Well, honestly, none of these are particularly useful to me, so you know what? We'll get global defense grids just because it's a little bit faster to research. Also, let's go and slap the better sensors on our ship. Or on our ships, rather, plural. Nope, make sure to set you to 60. No, damn it, pressing the wrong button. Okay, upgrade you and upgrade you.
Our ships have been improved.
Wonderful.
Our ships have been improved.
Don't really need that anchorage. Let's swap that out for another shipyard. And let's upgrade down here. Give you an experienced crew quarters and naval veterans quarters.
System survey complete.
Wonderful. It's all going quite nicely over there. You know, I could stand to have another constructor. So let's go ahead and get another one built. Let's build another city, or habitation district rather, on our capital, because they could stand to get a little bit more housing. Out of curiosity, do I not have temples in some places?
System survey complete.
That is very much the case, yes. So you don't have a temple. I'll give you a temple. And see, the game really doesn't like me growing my native pops here, or my primary species rather, on planets. So it, for whatever reason, seems to always switch them to whoever has the highest habitation there, which is frankly very annoying. So we kind of gotta get those techs set up, our habitability. And well, not just techs, but here as well. Okay, interestingly, you don't. I'm sure some of these have plus habitability. There we go. Mutagenesis has it, so that'll be useful. And there's probably at least one more in here somewhere that has a little bit more habitability. That's Tomb Worlds. Though admittedly, mutagenesis seems quite useful. Just to adopt it at the very least for that plus 20% pop growth.
Complete.
Let's see, do I wanna... Kinda do wanna go and get more research facilities built here. But I really need more consumer goods. Apparently we are having a bit of a problem there. Apparently Golonde is having a serious issue with...
System survey
You know what?
complete.
Can I ship any of you to Golonde now? No, damn it. I was kind of hoping I could, but evidently not the case. Anything I can pass that ups pop growth? No. It's a shame.
Construction complete.
Where is it? Here we go. Any of these give pop growth? Okay, we managed to win the galactic market, so that's very useful for us. I mean, we typically always do. Okay, I'm like, where the hell is it? It's normally around the sun, but here it looks like it's orbiting around Diogro for some reason. Also, I never noticed that we had a destroyed ship orbiting our sun. Well, one of our suns. Actually, wow, I didn't realize. I never realized we were also in a trinary system as well. Let's learn how to clear some more stuff. Do I want to get strike cruisers or hangar bays? Ooh, both are useful. This is more ships. I'm going to go for the hangar bays, though. I think they're ever so slightly more useful. Oh yes, I forgot about the new construction ship that I was building. Let's go ahead and lock down this area over here. This world's going to have more problems. I'm going to go ahead and drop a distribute luxury goods here to up their amenities at least slightly, to kind of make up for the fact that they're going to lose a whole bunch of amenities. Yeah, that puts them back
System survey
basically
complete.
where they were prior to me distributing luxury goods among their population. Curiosity, your fleet power is 9,000. I'm at 400. Okay. Just a little curious as to how far ahead you were.
Construction complete. The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Better hyperdrive is always useful. Let's go ahead and get wormhole travel. Just to get it out of the way, we don't actually have any wormholes in our vicinity.
Construction complete.
Ooh. Oh, I love this world. Ah, damn it, it's a machine world. Of course it is. Oh, and I've outlawed robots, so I'm technically not allowed to colonize that planet. I would have to terraform it. To my knowledge, that shouldn't destroy anything. It would just change it back. Of course, also, we don't do good on planets anyway, so kind of irrelevant. Also, let's see, wrong button. Now I can give you orders. Send it past that resolution, wonderful.
System survey complete.
Already knew it was going to pass anyway. See, we are ever so slightly the leader. Still haven't existed for 20 years. I kind of wish the game would tell me when this was founded, just so I could know how far we have until, or how long we have to wait until I can try and pass.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Yeah, let's get Xeno diplomacy. I can try to get the Galactic Council created, which we should always be a leading member of. I don't have any reason to believe that we would not be the leader. So I'm going to go ahead and build more Corvettes. And you know, let's toss in some more cruisers as well.
Construction complete.
Wonderful. You continue building. Okay. Let's get an actual research lab built again.
Construction complete.
Okay, this world seems to be doing okay. I think we can go and get rid of martial law. You also seem to be doing okay, so we'll get rid of martial law here as well. Kind of feel like that got rid of some pops, but I don't know why. Okay, that leaves one unemployed.
System survey complete.
I think we're gonna make you another agricult. Well, can I do anything to get rid of bleak? No, I can't. So if I can't get rid of bleak, which decreases food produced here anyway, let's go ahead and just turn you into another mining world.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
And let's go ahead and get railguns. And sell a whole bunch of minerals.
Construction
Let's
complete.
buy a whole bunch of alloys, because we've got a bunch of buildings we got to do anyway. Might as well. And there we go, that's quite a bit of extra consumer goods we are producing now. That does make me say... Okay, we found a gateway, wonderful. I kind of forgot we were missing a couple of troops. So let's get some troops. I need 2 assault armies to fill out there. You're also going to need a bunch of armies. I'm not counting. Ooh. We're a little short, apparently. I suppose that's fine. For now, I can deal with that later. Okay, that'll fill you out. You are...
System survey complete.
Close to being done. Change of plans with you. You come down here and research that. Governor gained a trait. Righteous deals with crime. Wonderful. Who's it that got that, though? I wasn't paying attention. Ah. The person up in Suging. Not exactly the useful one, but whatever. Okay, you're almost done as well. Let's have you go there. Should probably fill in that gap at some point as well. But again, doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and take over this flat world. Because it sounds like fun. Literally the only reason for invading it is it's a flat planet, so why not? It doesn't actually...
Special project complete.
I don't believe it actually has any particularly useful resources. Nope. Literally nothing useful in the slightest. We're just gonna take it because why not? They are in the early industrial age, apparently. Go ahead and excavate that site. I kind of realized I just forgot to upgrade the hyperdrives on our ships. So, you know, let's do that now. That I just remembered that.
Our ships have been improved.
Wonderful. Okay, you're almost done building that there. Senate is in session, so I shall now support the ready to shield since it's no longer... It would no longer be the next thing on the block. And you're kinda gonna struggle apparently with that. It's fine.
The apostates are after our spaceport.
A little late to be getting our first ever pirates, to be honest. I could deal with that if I cared enough to. To be honest, though, I really don't.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
Wonderful. Let's go ahead and learn how to clear more stuff, because we have quite a bit more stuff to clear on some of these worlds. I say that, and then I proceed to struggle to find anything to actually clear on any of those worlds. Or at least anything that I can try to clear. We're really not making a hell of a lot of money. I don't know what the deal is there. Let's invade this planet. I assume there's not going to be any
champions are making planetfall. May the spirits protect
events
them.
related to it, but I guess we'll find out. It would admittedly be kind of funny if there is some sort of event for taking over a flat world.
Our champions have secured a heathen planet.
Declare martial law. I need to go ahead and drop some people from my primary species over here. I think this world will be another energy world. Let's put the generators at the top. And you're gonna actually be Control 4. What's new? Ban organic slave trade. Well, I'm not buying any slaves on the market anyway, so I'm kind of inclined to say, sure, why not? In fact, there's only robots on there, interestingly. Not quite sure what the deal is there. Ah, and these are not our first caravanners, if I recall correctly. But maybe they're selling us something that's actually worthwhile. 200 rare crystals in exchange for 2 pops. Not interested, move along. One, because it doesn't actually take me that long to get 200, and I could get 200 faster if I care to. I don't really, so kind of just leave it be. Yeah, sure, excavate it. I didn't read the event. One man's trash, where is that? Way down there. How long do we have to do that? 10 years. That should be plenty of time for you to do that. Okay, how's our research doing? We're a little behind on
the spirits have granted us new
engineering.
wisdom.
Or at least engineering's a little bit slow. Let's get the improved destroyer hulls. And slap the new fancy railguns on all of our ships that have railguns. Or coil guns, I think. Yeah. Coil guns is what we're using right now. Kinda want to just replace your laser. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm going to replace your laser and put these guys at 40 artillery range rather than 60. Oof, that's expensive. Probably because I swapped out one of your lasers entirely for a railgun. That probably increased the price quite a bit in terms of upgrading. It's a little bit more expensive to completely swap out a weapon than it is to just upgrade it to the next tier. I'm fairly certain they actually have it set up like that. I could certainly be wrong, though. I've never really paid attention to the effect of costs. You know, that's really not that strong. I'm gonna go ahead and send our... Well, no, you guys do the upgrades first, and then I'll send some people. I'll send you over there to deal with that. Let's get the upgrades out of the way first. They're fairly useful. Also, am I having you aid my research? I apparently am not. I need to fix this now. First things first, let's stop selling stuff, sell some food so I can get that initial level going. Let's finish that off. Okay, now what do I want? Mind over matter gets me telepathy. Galactic force projection gets me command limit and naval capacity, which I don't really need. Grasp the void gets me starbase capacity, which I don't need. Galactic contender gets me diplomatic weight, which is not super useful, considering we're about 500 ahead of the next person anyway right now, so it doesn't really matter. One vision is potentially useful, partly for that minus 10% pop amenities usage, although obviously the monthly unity is also useful. Governing ethics attraction, not so much, even though I think they have adjusted it because this is an ongoing save from a previous version. It probably isn't really taking effect. But my understanding is they did apparently finally manage to fix it so that what factions people are in is a little bit more accurate representation of your population, of people that are allowed to be in factions. Pretty sure if somebody's a slave, they're not allowed to be in a faction. Which is one of the ways you can prevent factions from forming, is by just enslaving any pops that you can't have anyway. Or species that are primarily of an ethos that you don't want to have a faction form for, because once the faction forms, you can't get rid of it. Yeah, I think we're gonna go for one vision. Between these options, it seems like it's the most useful, even if only just. No, you grow my primary species, game.
Construction complete. The non-believers are fighting amongst themselves.
Who? Okay, so the Interstellar Mutual Assistance Pack has apparently declared war on these fanatical purifiers. We'll see how that war goes for them. What do you have out of curiosity? No, you actually have better shields than me. I mean, granted, I also still am vastly stronger than you, I believe. No, technically your destroyers are slightly more powerful than mine in terms of military power, though that's probably in part due to you having better shields.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom. Construction complete.
There's wormhole travel. Let's get something quick and easy to research, which the quickest thing to research is colonial development speed, which is not super useful. But I think it is more useful than getting the booster. Build habitation district, which doesn't give clerk jobs, somewhat annoyingly, so I need to find somewhere to drop you off. Somewhere where you'll be useful. Which I think this is the closest place I have to somewhere you'll be useful at. Even though I don't think you particularly like that type of planet. Habitability. 36%. Yeah, you don't particularly like Savannah worlds, but that's fine. Let's end martial law there. It's no longer necessary. I will end martial law here as well. Yeah, the game seems to be deleting some of the pops when we get rid of martial law. I'm not quite sure what the deal is there, but can't really do anything about it. Let's see, biocomputer fossil. We have managed to extract... I completely forgot to set my timer. I think it has roughly been half an hour, so we're gonna end this part after we finish this, I think. But yes, I completely forgot to set my timer, but I think it's been roughly half an hour. This episode might be getting cut a little short. We'll see. We've managed to extract some data fragments from particularly well-preserved biocomputer fossil. The 10-million-year-old relic appears to contain pedagogical, I've got no idea, information intended for immature members of the species, not yet ready to receive the full range of the hive mind's neural connection. Young ball or saplings were introduced to growth techniques, horticulture, and nutrition in a more curated experience. These findings suggest Bowel Society prized terrestrial landscaping and ecosystem management and were also highly dependent on it for their survival. Intriguing. Let's see, is there any tech I want to potentially wait for? Not really. You know what, I'll wait for this fleet to get upgraded.
Construction complete.
We'll let the part go a little long while I wait for that fleet to get upgraded.
System survey complete.
Wonderful. No particularly interesting world so far
Construction complete.
that those guys have discovered, at least. And game, I know I have
Anomaly
some
found.
free space here. Let's get the embassy complex. So I have another envoy that I can potentially send to
Our ships have been improved.
the Galactic Senate to further up our diplomatic weight. And let's get Galactic Administration. And that fleet finished upgrading. That gets us up to a little over 15k. The other fleet will obviously be similar as well once it's fully built up and fully upgraded. But that's a little ways out. Where are you going? Out of curiosity. You're just sitting there for some reason. I'm not sure why. But so be it, I guess. That's whatever. I believe we were too short. Yes. Actually, I'll let this guy finish searching the abandoned caravaner ship. And then we'll end the part.
Construction complete.
Just because I'm curious as to what he's getting. Single-minded. Let's see. At first glance, Untrodburum 3A seems to be inhabited by a diverse plethora of life forms, coexisting in an ecosystem similar to our own. I kind of doubt that, mostly because our ecosystem is a habitat. So I kind of doubt they're living in an ecosystem similar to ours. In which nutrients cycle the food chain through photosynthesis, decomposition, and predation. Upon closer inspection, however, the crew discovered that although all living things on Untrodburum 3A developed as individuals first, they now, by mysterious design, operate as a single organism, an organism that responds to all outside interference with fierce and indiscriminate aggression. Fascinating. So, what do we get?
Special project complete.
Likely due to the vessel being a civilian transport, the shipboard databases were not fully scrubbed as part of the decommissioning process, so while nothing else of value was found aboard the ship, our data scientists have managed to recover partial references to unknown alien technologies, standardized destroyer patterns. That's useful. But it's not the actual research, but it is also, we're basically right there. So we'll probably research that next part, unless we actually we roll a tech that is really useful. But I don't really expect that to be the case. I think we will probably end up just taking that, because it is still useful nonetheless. So that is going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be continuing to build up our military a little bit more. We will potentially look into going to war with the Pija Kumite Empire next part. We may not declare the war next part, we'll see. I mean, we could easily defeat them if we did, but we just may not do it. It just depends on what happens. But they're sort of roughly in the center in terms of diplomatic weight in total. Apparently they have sent a ton of envoys to the Galactic Senate, because they have plus 30%. So unless they have a tech that's giving them bonuses to envoy efficiency, and assuming each envoy is a flat 10%, they have apparently sent 3 envoys. Otherwise, they'd actually be a little bit lower down. Basically just one spot over. Also, I'm going to go and oppose the ban organic slave trade. Even though we're not taking advantage of it, we have literally no reason not to prevent it from passing, mostly because there's the potential for us to want to use it down the line. Though interesting, opposing it doesn't actually seem to affect its score here no matter what. So that's not really as useful as just abstaining. There's effectively no difference between abstaining and opposing. I could have sworn in 2.6 when you oppose, it actually dropped some points from the diplomatic weight behind a proposal. So the fact that it doesn't, and assuming I remember it correctly, I think 2.7 might have broken that, or maybe it wasn't supposed to work like that in the first place. I don't know. But I could have sworn in 2.6 opposing decreased the diplomatic support for a proposal. As a result, yeah, all these in theory should be lower if that is indeed the way it used to work. And it just doesn't now for some reason. Oh well, that is just the way we're gonna have to deal with things apparently. Also, I will say that, okay, never mind. Never mind. I'm not even going to bother finishing that sentence because there's no need to now that I realized I was being stupid for a second there. So that'll be it for this part, like I said. See you all next time. Quick reminder, I do have a Patreon. You can find a link that down below. It's the easiest and best way to help support the channel. I also have a Discord. I highly advise joining it to be kept up to date on channel happenings. You don't necessarily need to be active in it, but I do advise joining nonetheless, just so you can be kept up to date on channel happenings, because you never know. It also helps to ensure that you don't miss uploads, because I do have it set up to let people know when a new video has been uploaded, or been made public rather. But until next time, goodbye and farewell.